would like to do a video review of my new ukulele. It is a Caramel Mahogany Tenor model CT400. I received this in the mail today. It was packaged in a cardboard box with styrofoam and plastic wrap and a couple of cushions, air cushions to support the neck. It has come from China in 2 weeks to where I am in the East Coast of the United States of America, and it came completely damage free. This is my first tenor ukulele. It is not my first ukulele that is a mahogany laminate. It has onboard electronics. It has a built-in tuner. Let's see where we are. Let's see if we can do this backwards. You'll hear that I have a low G string on. I switched out the included high G string and changed it to a low G because I wanted this ukulele to have a lower sound, so you can see how the tuner works. In addition to the tuner, if you would like to use it amplified, you would plug in your 1/4-inch jack, and this is also where the batteries go. It takes two CR3032s, I believe, and they were actually included. All the reviews I have seen say that those batteries are not included, but in my purchase they were. So you would plug in your 1/4-inch jack if you plan to amplify, and then adjust the volume or the treble, middle, and bass tones, and you would have an amplified ukulele. You'll notice that it has a slightly bowed back, and I think that enhances the sound. You also notice that it has a unique sound hole design. Instead of having a centrally located circular sound hole, it has cutouts and laser etching with this very pretty butterfly and leaf design. So each of these dark, larger shapes are actually holes, and they conduct the sound very nicely. So I was tuning, got to hear it a moment ago, but I'll go ahead and play through the tones of the strings so you can hear them. There is a dot inlay. It has a little bit of a pearloid look to it. I'm not sure if this is mother of pearl inlay, but it does have a pearl dot inlay for your 5th, 7th, 10th, 12th, and 15th fret marker. There are rubberized tuning pegs, and they're made out of a black, slightly soft material, but it's not sticky or weird. The tuning machines are enclosed, as I showed you a moment ago, and the tuning machines and tuners are very nicely adjusted. They are not tight, and they don't slip, so they are nicely adjusted. The name is also here in laser etching. It has a nice shape detail in the head stock. This ukulele came with Aquila Nylagut strings, and it has a oxbone nut and an oxbone saddle on the bridge. You'll also notice bridge pins. They are plastic bridge pins. They're not ebony, but this is a unique feature that I've not ever seen before on a ukulele. But I will say, when I changed out my high G string for a low G string, I was pleasantly surprised, or not surprised, but because I had already seen it, but I was very pleased with the fact that it was a bridge pin. I'm used to doing that with my guitar, and after I put a knot in the string, I just pressed the bridge pin into the bridge, and then all I needed to do was tighten up the tuner until I got it to the correct tone. So it did it was very easy, much easier than what you typically have to do with the ukulele, and tie your string to the bridge through a little hole and then wrap it just so that it doesn't slip. Overall, for what I paid, which was $60, including shipping and with no customs fees or anything like that, so just $60, no tax, I felt that this was an exceptional value for a ukulele. I have other ukuleles from other brands and other makers, and I have seen my friends' ukuleles from other makers, and I have seen various finishes, various inlays and details added, various levels of quality in those instruments. And this one is a nice quality instrument, especially for what you pay. It isn't the highest quality. I can't say that it is the highest quality, but it's definitely much higher quality than I would have anticipated for having spent $60. One other thing I wanted to point out that really impressed me is that along the edge of the neck, where the frets are, the frets have been dressed very nicely on both sides. There is no snagging there's no snagging. There's nothing rough or nothing to catch, where I have seen on other ukuleles that sometimes, occasionally, you'll have a fret that isn't filed correctly, and so it'll stick out a little bit, and it'll either snag your finger skin when you're playing, or it'll even sometimes, if you brush it up against a piece of fabric like your clothing, it could snag there. This ukulele doesn't do that. It also has a very nice adjustment out of the box to the nut and the saddle. The saddle is maybe a little bit high, and I can see here it has a little bit of a lean to it, but it's not too bad. But I have been able to play without having any problems with it being too high to push down on the strings to the frets, and I haven't heard any distortion either. I haven't actually tested with the tuner to see if there's distortion as it goes up the neck, but I haven't noticed any distortion to the tuning. So I would recommend this instrument. I would especially recommend it for a beginner. I would recommend it for someone like myself who's playing ukulele as a hobbyist. I can't say that I would especially recommend it for professional. I wouldn't know what a professional ukulele player would be looking for in an instrument, but it definitely suits my needs as someone who plays recreationally, plays for the enjoyment of playing, and occasionally plays for other people. I hope that you enjoyed this review. I wasn't really able to find very many reviews on this instrument that were video reviews online, and so I thought I would make one to try to share with you this instrument, and hopefully it will be helpful and it will allow you to be able to make a better educated decision in your future purchase. Thanks. I hope you have a blessed day. Bye.